I love that. That's
Good.
my jam, bro. You just starting none of
Here we
that.
go, guys. We be doing this cold time because people off guard. I don't know
That
when we
is it.
starting, but we
Real,
starting. Here we go.
real emotion. Yeah, real emotion.
That works for
Hey,
me.
welcome to the VBG Brief. I'm Wells, CTO. We got Al, Chief Creative Officer, Todd, CEO, strategist, our special guest for this evening, whatever time you listen to this podcast or watching it, is Gernise Gregoire, also known as the Miami influencer. We gotta put it out there. So let's give a clap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The Miami.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to a
yeah,
pod, girl. Welcome to a
yeah.
pod.
Thank you,
So
thank
to
you, thank you.
yeah. Hey, we have an expert here, small business week. We have an expert on small businesses, how to market them. It's a pleasure to be able to get Gernise in a pod. She has over several thousands, multiple thousands followers on Instagram. She's been out there doing amazing things. Basically, marketing is her thing. So, yeah, this is basically we can have a small conversation with her and kick it off. We're ready to learn. That's the first thing, ready to learn. And I hope our audience can also learn from Gern, aka Gernise. So,
Wait,
Gernise,
you gotta make the connection though, because like
huh?
Al and Gernise have the same last name, so you have
Oh,
to like make.
yeah,
You
it is
gotta,
on
yeah,
there.
you
It is
gotta
on
bridge.
there. Okay,
Yeah,
so we are cousin. Gernise is my cousin. Al is my cousin, and we part of one umbrella family, the Gregoire. But my last name is Blanchard, so it's kind of different. But we all family, and so we all been working in this space for a hot minute now. And so Gurney's been on it since what 2018. It's been a long time. So
Honestly, since elementary, sometimes I think.
yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah. Let
okay.
them know. Yeah, you didn't start yesterday when it
Yeah,
got
I
trendy.
haven't said
Hello.
anything.
Yeah,
She got more skin in the game.
Yeah. She got given me and Gurney's was roommate at University of in Gainesville, University of Florida. And so Gurney's majors in public relations. And so she got to travel to do that a lot. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about those things. And so yeah, Gurney's just let's jump in. Share with us your journey from like a PR student at UF, Go Gators, to being a strategist. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay,
yeah.
sounds good.
I'm an anti-Gator guy, so that was like, oh my god. Yeah,
Wait,
like
He hates us. I don't know why.
I probably can't say on camera of why. It's more likely the people though. I just yeah.
We
the
get
people are
along.
interesting. The people are
Yeah.
interesting. I'll say
The
that.
people are interesting, yes. Let's keep it at that. But go ahead, Garen. The floor is yours.
Okay, so how did I get started? Hey to everyone. If you don't know me, Gernise Gregoire, as well said, as my lovely cousin said, at GG Thrive Guide on all social platforms.
Thrive guy.
GGTH. Yes, I'm about to spell it. GGTHRIVE I'm sorry,
Wells is
I'm extra.
gonna add it onto the edit here.
Pause.
Wells is gonna edit it in there.
Yeah, we'll
Pause.
see.
It's gonna be in the description down below.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be in the description.
say less. So yeah, that is my at name. So how did I get started? I think from UF, really. I know I transferred to University of Florida. And I didn't think it would be possible to grow. Because, when you think of college, you think you have to go one exact route, straight to the highest university. But I was a transfer student with my cousin, so it was great going there and just seeing through like internships and through classes how in the world of PR, it's about relationship building because you're representing a brand. So any brand you end up representing after graduating, you have to know how to build relationships. So even in college, I started the University of Florida's Black Public Relations Student Society for the first time there. With that, I was able to get scholarships to travel, go to agencies in New York, Macy's, just to learn how they do their PR and their marketing. And then, get to go to internship. And one internship I actually went to in DC, I was like representing the CEO there. And he was trying to build his brand. And I was in charge of creating like a plan for his YouTube channel. And in my head, I'm like, wait, if I could do this for him, I could do that for myself. So ever since then, that's what gave me the boost to like start my YouTube channel. And then, COVID happened, TikTok opened up. So from there, it was just staying consistent. So yeah, that's kind of how I'll say I started like accelerated from that.
Okay. This is up. I remember the whole DC internship. I think you had to come back to like graduate and all. And
Mhm.
so that was definitely a great opportunity there. You mentioned like you had to. So is it after DC you started when you moved to Miami? Because I remember you came after you graduated, you went straight to Miami. Is that when you started your YouTube channel, or was it before?
So it was before. So I did the DC internship, I think,
Yeah,
after my junior year.
and that was
So
2020.
I believe that was
Yeah,
2018
2018.
or
Okay.
2019 because I graduated in 2020. So yeah, that was
Yeah,
2018. So yeah, so that's what I did. I graduated May 2020. So summer 2018 is when I did the internship in DC on Capitol Hill, which was fun. It was for a government agency, even though I wouldn't do government agency again because I feel like you're not as creative. You're not able to be too creative.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
cool to see like the city life and to learn how to do PR from like the perspective of a leader, you know?
yeah.
So
That makes sense.
after
You mentioned
that, I graduated and came to
okay,
Miami
that
in
was
2018.
2020. Okay. You
Mhm.
mentioned the YouTube channel that you're helping him with, and you started yours. Sometimes I think something my brother said like to you last Christmas about like how you like endure, because like when you first start something in creative, especially YouTube, with that space is so like diverse and so many different people are doing things. Like, what kept you going? Was it the likes, comments? Like, what pulled you into like keep making creative work, keep wanting doing communication? Like, what keeps Gurney's going? Because right
Mhm.
now you put a lot of work to where you are right now. So what made you not want to stop? Because a lot of people that start YouTube after
Mhm.
5 videos, they just stop. Even when they're not getting the likes, not getting the comments.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
what made you keep going? What changed to got you to like skyrocketing right now?
I think what made me keep going because it was just so hard to keep up with YouTube in college, especially you're trying to graduate, you want to finish your
Yeah,
senior
yeah.
projects, you want to
Especially at
leave.
UF, tough school.
At UF, you want to get a job when everybody's saying they got a job. So it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So I wasn't consistent then, but I was still posting like at least once a month. Like I still had my set schedule, but I kind of treated it to this day. I treat content as like a second, it's like almost like a court. When you're in college, you have to put due dates in your
yeah.
calendar, or you got to put your school schedule in your calendar.
Yep.
That's how I kept going. I mean, that's like from a technical standpoint, but in terms of like
That makes
me
sense.
staying motivated, I feel like it's just been passion. Like I have always loved to public speak. Like even in elementary, I was doing the morning announcements, and
Yeah.
people would always come up to me like, "Oh my God, I love your voice. Oh my God, you did a great teacher." Middle school, same thing. I was doing morning announcements. I was doing speech and debate.
Yeah.
High school is when things got real. I was doing real life speech and debate, and I was like a magazine editor, so I had to lead people.
Oh
So it's like
yeah.
I'm always having to be in these leadership positions to where I actually fell in love with doing it. Like I didn't want to sit behind a computer too long. I
Yeah,
knew I
yeah.
didn't like I'm not good at math, I'm not good at science, but I feel like I'm good at public speaking and I'm good at like representing brands in that perspective. So
Yes, what's
yeah.
up? Yeah,
Mhm.
consistency and the passion that kept doing this. Because a lot of people just want to do it because they want to go YouTube famous. A lot of clients
Right.
sees, like especially small businesses, they see this as like, I need to go on social media so I can get a lot of followers, and they don't really
Yeah.
care about the content. They don't really care. I feel like your passion and you after like being just a natural talent of just communicating, public speaking, really kept you going. I want to jump
Mhm.
into the whole Miami move because we all like 3 of us here are Haitian, and so that plays a lot of role into
Mhm.
like especially in the space. Todd mentioned this earlier. Like people like us in this space don't get treated like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna use the word fairly, but people they
Mhm.
might come after me. But what as a Haitian woman in Miami, Florida, was it easier for you to like be in that space, the marketing space, the social media space, the influence space? Did the cultural background for like being Haitian help in that way? Or was it against you? Like talk to us to that. Did that kind of shape the way you like had to like people had to perceive you? I think we have here like how
Mhm.
you approach storytelling. Did you have to like kind of change the way you are viewed as an
Mhm.
influencer based on your background? Because Miami, we have little Haiti, but that doesn't mean
Mhm.
anything.
Right. So as we know, the Haitian culture It's all about leglis, leco, lakai, like, and then it's all about if you are not a doctor, if you're not a lawyer, no matter who, no matter any older Haitian person, whether they're a parent or a person walking down the street, if they're Haitian and they see you doing content or you say you're in marketing, they're gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cute. Like, okay. So I think to this day, there's still like a assumption that if it's not law or medicine, then it's
Yeah.
just not gonna work. So I think either way you look at it, and from my perspective, when it comes to the Haitian culture, I think in general, the Haitian community needs to be more open-minded because as we see, things are just changing. AI,
Yeah.
GPT, everything. People are
Oh,
using
we
them.
definitely get into that. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are, right? And then you have even I know a few people who graduated in medicine, doctors of therapy, or what is it? TDP, doctors of
You can do
therapy. And
OTs,
I forgot
OTs, and PTs.
OT, yes,
Yeah.
PTs, OTs. There are people who are still trying to look for a job, right? So it's
Yeah.
like no matter what career you get into, there's still going to be other people. There's still going to be competition. You know, some positions
Yeah.
may pay higher than others, but either way, it's always to me, it's about who you know and how much you grind. Like to me, I feel like any career has to be some sort of grind, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Most
Truly.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a grind
More,
everywhere, man. I feel like especially in Miami,
oh yeah, Miami's
like
highly competitive, like
highly competitive.
in
Just
anything.
that just speaks to more of your talent. How it's so
Mhm.
highly competitive, and you just basically flew right through all this noise, and people are just
Mhm.
not like they're seeing you. You're getting your inbox. I think I saw it one time. Is full, like left and right, and so that's just amazing
Yeah.
to just see that and see how you like beating the Haitian narrative.
Beating the odds.
Abs-
Make it up.
Well, and
Yes.
I mean, I'll say that Gernise has been a huge help for us.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
there's been many times we've asked her questions, and I think the thing that most people don't understand when they see marketing, they kind of see it as just social media. They don't realize there's a lot more strategy behind it. There's a lot more thought process,
yeah,
and I think Gernise is like naturally talented at being intuitive of what's the trends, what fits the right for the right client. Let's talk a little bit about marketing for small businesses. That's kind of a huge passion for us, and as we know for you, what are some of those mistakes that you see that small businesses make when it comes to marketing? Like what are some of those like common mistakes that you see?
The main one is thinking that they could just do it all. I remember last year when I was just full time, just doing my business. I remember I kind of tried to pitch to a brand that I had already helped in advance. And they were like, oh no, we have a videographer. Like, we're good, we're good. But to this day, they still need me. They
Yeah,
still need me.
talk that talk.
Videos,
Yeah,
I'm
let them
still not
know.
done. So
Let them know.
it's just, I don't know if it's the pride thing, but I think a lot of small business
it's the
owners kind of have
money.
to let
It's the money.
it's the money and it's the pride. Because I think if you think about it, like without marketing, it's only, of course, word of mouth can go far, but marketing to me is a need in this day and age. The amount of competition we have nowadays, like there are thousands of Haitian restaurants on the same street in Miami, right? Like if you
Thousands
don't
of Haitian
know
churches, same street.
thousands of Haitian churches, right? Like if I actually had a church ask me to help them with marketing because they want more members. So it's like, and you would not think that that's a thing, but it is. So it's like, I feel like people always have to put themselves out there to stay relevant because as humans, like, we forget, like naturally. So that's one mistake I'll say for sure. Like just people keeping their pride up. I'll say too, just not being responsive. Like small things go a long way. Like they call it social media for a reason. And I feel like a lot of brands, even to this day, me, if I'll contact a restaurant or a brand, they don't even look at the message. They didn't even open the message. They don't respond to comments under.
Yeah, yeah,
So let's say I see some food that looks amazing and I comment, you didn't comment back. So now it's almost like, okay, to me as a social media person, I'm gonna think that this page has nobody behind it. Maybe this business is
yeah,
not active. There's a lot of questions that can pop up in people's mind, like, oh wow, they think they're too good to respond. People
yeah,
are
yeah.
weird. Like people think of all different types of scenarios. So I think it's important for people like business owners to be responsive. Like or hire somebody who can be responsive and build the page to become engaging.
It's pretty funny to me how you mentioned, like, you know how marketing is so important nowadays. Everyone's doing it, but I think like a lot of small business don't even value that. I don't think they know when to start investing in marketing. And by the time they start, they probably lost so much of the profit. They probably are, most of them are coming at it too late. And so it's the value because they see like, oh, this is probably not important as long as we keep, their product has to be good. I understand that. But at the same time, like, if you know you have a good product, why not start marketing on day one? So,
correct. I agree because I've seen, especially, oh my God, in Miami, the culture of people, of business owners who buy followers just to look big, just to look like something on Instagram. They be buying followers. They be buying followers, and then they try to keep posting, and then they want a social media person or marketer like myself to come in and fix their page and get them more followers. But it's like, you already messed it up. You already messed up your page. I can't grow it. Start over. But they don't want to start over. Those are the type of people who don't really believe, I guess you could say, who are just trying to see quick results.
Yeah.
And seem as, and I'm going to tell anybody, any business owner watching this, I can tell.
These are the trend chasers, not the strategists. These are the trend chasers. They're the trend chasers, and they think they're gonna get something, but they're just digging a deeper hole. They just keep digging. So
it's bad. It's bad. It's getting worse.
I think we see this a lot, and if we could be honest here, like if I knew clients weren't gonna watch this, there's a lot more we could say to this, because I feel like everybody either has a friend that's in marketing, or they know they got a family member that's doing some marketing related stuff, and they feel like, oh yeah, we can do that, and they don't really know how like complex this is. It's not just coming up with hey look, if it don't apply, let it fly, right? If the shoe fits, wear it. But like, it's one of those things like, yo, do you not realize this takes actual like just mental effort to figure out what works, what doesn't? Yeah, you can't just put everything doesn't apply, but
it's the people that are just throwing ad money in their campaigns.
It's really easy to lose money like in this day and age, right? Like Facebook will take your money for a campaign in a heartbeat. Now, with that being said, how do you recommend people kind of what's the recommended approach to content creation when you don't have a big budget? So like what should that small business that, hey, we're kind of struggling to make ends meet, what does it look like to really invest in marketing and content creation in that sense?
I think, and you're right, because there are business owners who they feel like they may not have the time, which they probably don't. I think that's what comes into play for me is organic content. Like that's what's worked for me. Although of course it takes a bit longer, to me, I feel like there's a higher reward with pushing out consistent organic content and quality organic content. Because some people feel like, oh, okay, I just got to post every day. Is it quality though? Like, is it quality work? Is it going to capture people's attention? Because if you think about it, sometimes all it takes is one video. Not even sometimes. Literally, all it takes is one video to help more individuals view what you're doing. Like what makes you stand out from the rest. Like for me, even though I'm a creator, right? I think I was at probably 4K on Instagram, speaking of Instagram, because I grew my TikTok first. But on Instagram, I was a bit scared to put my voice out there. Like, so I was just keeping it nice. They say Instagram's like California, Twitter is New York, and Facebook is Florida. So for Instagram, I'm trying to look like the California girl. I'm not trying to show no imperfections. But literally, I think within 2 weeks of me actually putting out one video of my voice talking about local Black owned businesses, it went viral. Like that one video, I think it hit like 600K, and I gained at least 6K plus followers from that one video. So I feel like organic content is very powerful. Like it can be powerful. Even if it's not powerful on every single video, just like every single ad is not going to hit. Same thing with organic content. So to me, I don't know. I feel like it makes sense to still take that risk to build up a page. And of course, ads can be needed for larger things, right? For what's needed, like for boosting. But I'm big on like organic quality content. You need someone who's going to actually think through what good content will be made for your brand or business. And then to actually film it and execute it properly, consistently.
Like that. that's like the whole process, like having the strategy and having people execute that strategy. And so like you talk about like
Yeah.
organic content, people that post every day, majority of them we see don't have a strategy. They're just trying to post anything they have. That's why it's not quality, because they're just out here
Right.
just posting. And another thing is that I want to bring up, because we brought this up, is AI content. You know, AI is a big buzzword nowadays, and I've seen some of my, small business people that I know are using, certain AI platforms to just post regularly. And they thinking, because like the AI is doing the same thing like we all people that are small business think, I just need to post every day and get something. And we can see from like, there's case studies on this. AI coming up, the content AI is creating is not for par. It's not, you can say cultured or even targeting or even specific towards that person brand, because everyone's brand is unique. And so I think they're not, like when you say organic, it's finding that uniqueness in that brand and bringing it out. And so what do you think about like AI marketing? I just want to throw that out there as like a funny question, but
That's a good point. And kind of circling back to like, even because some people might watch this and feel like, oh, she's a content creator, so it's probably was easier. I was doing makeup for a while
oh
too.
yeah.
So when I was doing makeup, I was building my clientele just through social media. And I had to quickly learn, and I quickly learned most of my people were coming from TikTok and from Instagram, from literally just organic content. I didn't have 1 million followers. I don't even think I had 1,000 followers, but I was getting consistent clients because I was literally posting like every day or every other day quality content. But going to your point with AI, I feel like AI can be helpful. AI is like, and I think I was speaking to you guys about this, Todd, too. Like, I feel like AI is like an assistant. They give
Yeah.
you some ideas, but they're not going to execute it properly, right? Like you could tell AI, hey, AI, can you make me, I'm not sure how, I've never really done that, but I guess you could tell AI, hey, can you make me 5 videos this week? And here's the footage I want you to use. I don't know, and make something nice. It's going to come to a point where you're going to keep trying to get AI to fix things. And then you're going to realize all this time, I could have did this myself, or I could have, you know what I'm saying? I could
Right.
They
have
got
did
how
it.
to do it.
Right. All this time. So you might as well hire someone who can actually like execute the vision. Yes, AI can be helpful, but AI is just the idea, especially when it comes to writing. I do a lot of writing now, and I've noticed even like ChatGPT, for example. Do you know how many times I have to ask ChatGPT to do the same thing over and over and over, and it's still not what I believe will work? So I have to end up taking the information and fixing it anyway. So it's, to me, it's like step one. It just alleviates step one, but all the rest of the steps are up to us as creators.
So you're saying like those AI system softwares that just like post on Instagram regularly are not it? That's what I'm hearing, and I would
In my
agree.
opinion, no, because too, though they can make mistakes too. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like
I've seen some of
it's
those
not a
mistakes.
human, right? It can make mistakes. I still need to get into the more, like, I'm still curious to know how much it does help people directly. But so far with me, I get a little bit impatient with any type of AI. Like I said, for writing, even Canva, right? I love using Canva. They have even CapCut, the video editing software. They have these new AI tools that you can use for either voice or, for different designs. It'll come up with a design for
Yeah.
you. I'm still picking and choosing what I want and what I don't want. And as many times, I told AI the other day to make me a Haitian flag, put a Haitian flag on a man's bandana on his head. They didn't draw the Haitian flag correctly. And I guess they can't. They don't have the permission, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe it's a certain system. I don't know. But that got on my nerves. So I had to get a graphic designer to remove whatever it put, and he just kept it blank. So I don't know. In all that time, we could have made it ourselves.
Yep. And it's not going to be that AI, like right now, the way I look at it isn't that AI replaces the creatives and the strategists, but it is, like you said, that assistant for the creative and the strategist to say, hey, here's my vision. Now go execute this. Here's my vision. And like, you can tell when someone who doesn't know what they're doing creates something using AI and like they don't have any strategy with it. They just type some stuff in, click a button, and produce something, as opposed to if Al used AI, which I don't think I've seen Al use AI much at all. We've been trying to get him to adjust to the times, but he's old and set in his ways.
No, we're working on
No,
some
old
internal
school.
AI. Working on some
Yeah,
internal AI.
but he,
So when we get
like,
that,
you can see the way he creates. There's emotion. I think people are gonna yearn for that like emotion, that human touch in
Mhm.
creation, rather than just something that a computer generated. So I got some strong thoughts on AI. You give me enough time, I'll let the chopper ring. But I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to call some people out, but just as we're talking about this, though, you talk about that human touch, that human emotion. But let's talk a little bit about purpose, right? Like in marketing, and what does it mean to market with a purpose, right? That's just kind of been something that has been, I guess, a
Mhm.
theme with you for some time.
yeah,
For me to market with a purpose, I'll say number one, actually like loving it. Cause like we know, some people, you can tell when people rush things. You can tell when people go to AI and hurry up. It's easy to tell when people make a flyer through AI. Like they all look the same now. It's kind of
yeah,
insane. That's one. Marketing with a purpose, I'll say two, would really be understanding who you're marketing for, right? Because I think too, some people think they can take one formula and recreate it for multiple people or in multiple ways. And I'd had to realize too, for example, with what I do now in posting content, it's constantly thinking of new content ideas, right? Like I just hosted like a Haitian event, Pompano, South Florida, which it went pretty well, but the marketing that it took was insane because now I'm thinking about, okay, the story viewers, are they looking at the page? They might not look at the page. Then you have the people who only like video content. Then you have the people who just want a flyer. Then you got the people
yeah,
like me who hate flyers. Like I cannot
yeah,
stand flyer, 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 flyer. And then you got the people who want more of a human touch. So it's like you have to cater to everyone in a strategic way by not overwhelming everyone. It's difficult. But so to me, I see that as being purposeful, like marketing with a purpose, because you have to be purposeful in what every single post you put out. It can't be like, we got to hurry up and post this. Like, let's just put it out. We're going to put the wrong caption on it. We're going to put any image, even though we're promoting a Haitian event to people in Miami, we're not going to really target people in Miami. We're not going to partner with, Miami media companies, but we're going to partner with like Palm Beach media companies because that's just who we have access to. Like, so to me, marketing with a purpose is like kind of going the extra mile to understand like there's so many different like segments and buckets
yeah,
of people and how they think. Even you guys know I do food content. There are
yeah,
people who DM me and be like, "Hey, where are you located?
Mm.
Like, are y'all serious? I could tell you
Yeah,
didn't watch my whole video. So
yeah,
not
yeah.
now
at all.
I gotta send y'all flyers. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's marketing with a purpose, like kind of catering to different audiences.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's I think that's one thing like small business or clients, people that don't think marketing or value it, it sees important, but there's, like they don't see that back end stuff. I think that's very important,
No.
like the back end, all the strategy work and to think. It's funny sometimes like when Todd will do the strategy, we work through certain things and clients like, yo, why don't we like they find the most minuscule thing that has nothing to do with the whole entire message and make that the
Mhm.
biggest deal. And so it's that like misconnection sometimes when it comes down to like people that understands the value and the importance of strategy and continue building over time to build something instead of people that are just looking to like, oh, we need to build Eiffel Tower one day. That's what they're looking for. But they don't see like we gotta start with the foundation. That's in everything. But I think in marketing, I think it's like because getting like I guess what's the word? Getting like blown up really fast overnight. It's like what people attract to, what they hold on to. Like if we just
Mhm.
get on social media, we're gonna get blown overnight. It happens. It's gonna happen
Mhm.
to us. But they don't realize like it's only like the 1%ers that happens to that. But they think I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. But that's
You're
the
right.
world.
Everyone wants to go viral. Everybody wants a whole bunch of
But yeah,
followers. And it's like, okay, we can get there in multiple ways, but how do you want to be? We can have, like, let's say it's a big company. We can have the CEO dancing on a car, but how do you want to be perceived?
right.
You know,
You
like
can get
if y'all want to go
100,000
viral
likes.
that bad,
yeah.
we can be desperate.
Elon Musk dancing on a car viral.
Yeah, 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 it would
Exactly.
go viral. But like, you can get
Will
a
go
hundred
viral.
thousand likes, and if it's not 100,000 of the three people in your ideal customer profile, then what did you do? Like you just got a bunch of likes and went viral, but it wasn't to your target
Yeah.
audience. And that goes back to strategy. And there's a quote I heard a couple weeks ago from a guy named JP Petty. He says, "Culture moves fast, strategy should follow." And it's really scary because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of companies and brands that just do things to check a box.
Mhm.
Gernise, in your opinion, if you're talking to a brand, how could they be more culturally aware without just checking a box? How can they actually just kind of dive deeper when it comes to just being culturally aware and also being mindful of what their target audience is looking for, if that makes sense?
I think even though this might sound like a bit of a simpler answer, one part of my answer, I think it has to do with listening to the experts like yourselves, right? Because like you said, a lot of people are just single-minded. And I feel like, especially to this day and age, they just want to check the box. They just want to check
Yeah.
boxes and say, oh, I got 1,000 followers this year. But are those followers interacting? Are they engaged? So you kind
Yeah.
of have to really listen to the experts to also learn like the back end, what the audience that's liking or interacting, where are they from? What do they do? So I think to me, it takes more so being educated and actually honing in and doing the research on what these people like, taking time to look at their patterns too.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for sure, because that's one thing I think people don't notice, right? Even me, I deal with brands where it's like, hey, can you put this new edit on this video? We don't like the title. Can you put this title? And I have to explain to them like, I could put it, but it's not going to perform the same because I kind of
Yeah.
know my audience and I know that
Yeah.
they don't like more than 10 words on the screen at once. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or they
Yeah.
don't like the average human. They don't like they like seafood more than they like Asian food.
Yeah.
I know my audience. So I think it takes actually studying your audience and learning them. And then of course listening to the expert who can get that background information too. And again, I love saying being open-minded because I'm noticing working with especially older clients who don't want nothing to do, like they don't really too much understand social media that much. It's like, okay, I have to like you guys have to actually study this. And if you don't have the patience to study it, trust me on this. That's that's all I
Yeah. Yeah.
ask. It's either y'all gotta study or you gotta trust.
And we
It's
didn't
one or
pay
the
her to
other.
say that. And
No,
we didn't pay her to say that, and we didn't talk about that beforehand.
no.
That's but perfect timing. I gotta add that like edit message.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm dealing with.
Yeah, we same. Well,
Likewise.
here we
Likewise.
let's some rapid fire questions for you. We'll get you out of here. All right. There's 3 questions. First question: what's your favorite platform for connecting with an audience?
Favorite platform definitely is Instagram because you know they got the DMs, they got the notes now. I think they're
Yeah.
implementing so much more, and now they
You
have
got
like the
the
new editing
community.
tool, the community. Like I feel like I have my own little subscriber audience on there, even though they can't really respond. It's
Yeah,
like
they
my
just
little
watch. You
subscriber.
just watch.
They just watch and they stay. So I like that. That makes me want
Yeah.
to stay more motivated. And then people are entertained too on my stories. I be posting the funniest things, like a prom car was on fire in the back and they was throwing money at the same time. I said, okay, this y'all need to relax. So just things like that. That people
You know,
that I like sharing.
Hey, that's Times Square City. Just so you guys know. That's
No,
Times-
y'all
no.
in
I
Pompano,
haven't been to Miami in a really long time, and nor do I plan on going back at any point in time.
in Broward County. They be doing the prom walkthrough things. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
have
Yeah. Yeah.
these, they like it's like a show off little party. They had a car come in and then the back started smoking and fire and somebody had to run and the police came and and then they had somebody come on like a donkey and somebody else come on like those magazine cover. I said, you know
Nah,
what? And there's
bro, and the doctor would have sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have put me in another. That would have put me in another language. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah,
and
I
they
don't know if I
throwing
could.
money like they rich, throwing money, and it was just entertaining to see. And I like reposting things like that because that's how you interact with your audience. Like people are related to like entertainment too. So crazy work.
What's one tool or app you can't live without?
One tool or app I can't live without.
Okay.
No, because you remember they left us for 24 hours or something or whatever that was.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Now that was not
Yeah,
CapCut. That was the United States of America.
literally.
Yeah,
I'll
that's some funny
say,
shit.
as generic as it sounds, like I mentioned it earlier, the calendar app, like I love, even now, everything's on my
Wow.
calendar. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I've started forgetting things. Like if something's not on my calendar, I'll forget. Like I legit forget.
That's what's up.
So,
That's real.
Yeah, makes sense. Which calendar app are you using? You don't have to. We'll bleep it out if.
oh no, it's just the iPhone one, the regular iPhone.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, you're gonna have to give us a tutorial how you break that down too. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
always trying to
I feel
steal.
like
So I'm trying to steal new stuff from Gernise because I think the way you
Mhm.
you're the first person I saw to use the notes on Instagram. And you posted on the notes. I just posted. I just got a new post and like it's like, oh wow, wait, that's pretty
Mhm.
dope. And it's like
Mhm.
that is really like, yeah, you get the full usage out of Instagram.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you got to.
Last question. One piece of advice you give to yourself at the start of your career. If you could talk to young Gernise at UF, what was one piece of advice you would give her?
I would tell her to start posting now, no matter what, and add content in my calendar along with all of my college due dates and work. That's what I would tell her because I feel like, again, I was so caught up on graduating, and of course that's important, but I was just so caught up on what next job am I going to get? Like the generic things, right? I was in a sense kind of playing the comparison game and freaking out about what could happen if I don't have this role after graduating, if I didn't go to UF, what does UF mean for most companies? Because I felt like I was getting rejections. So I would tell
Yeah.
myself to not just focus on that, it's important, but to still focus on your personal brand. Because as y'all peep, I graduated during COVID when a lot of jobs literally canceled their entire. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I don't think I told a lot of people this. I interviewed for an internship at CNN. That thing got canceled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I ended up working in sales, as Wells knows. I worked in sales. So it's like, those are things I did not predict could happen. So I feel like I
Yeah.
should have just started early, just start my own brand early, still keep up with things. But, because COVID taught us a lot. COVID humbled a lot of us.
Most
It
definitely did.
did. Yeah.
I guess to end like in a good note, what is something cool content wise you're gonna be doing next couple weeks or months? Like what you looking forward to?
Um,
If it's like private, you have to say it. We can.
well, when will these be aired? Well, I guess we'll talk about that later. Yeah, they'll have to see it later because it's a lot. Let's just say it's a lot. They doing a lot.
Yeah, we
They're
can
doing
definitely cut it out.
they
Or
love they difficult.
we'll just mute you. We'll just mute you when you talk on this part, and then we'll just be yelling and clapping.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, we gotta mute you too because you said.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's all right. Well, hey, if you
Yeah.
guys are in the Miami area, if you're in Florida looking to work with the influencer, looking to work with the talented marketing strategist, definitely hit up Gernise. We
GG
love
Thrive
working
Guide.
with her. I know you guys will love working with her. So Gernise, thank you so
Thank
much for joining
you.
us.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thanks you guys. I appreciate the time and thinking of me because it's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Until next time, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.